Peace and blessings, everyone. This is Moon Goddess Ambrosia coming in to share the Cosmic Oracle reading of Evolution. And I do want to say, please excuse my voice right now. My voice been going in and out today, so I may sound a little different, but it's all good. I'm going to definitely get through this oracle reading because it's always an honor to come on to Align with the Cycles to share the oracle reading. And so before I jump into that, I definitely want to state my affirmation as I am Ken 181, the Rare Crystal Dragon. I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe Yo. And so before I actually move forward with the oracle reading, I definitely want to do a shout out to our very own High Priestess for just all that she does. Like, she really do be, I'll say she blow me away when she be dropping these gems. And so I definitely send her my love and gratitude, as well as Brother Akil for holding it down, as well, getting us prepared for our sessions, and definitely all of you for being dedicated to joining us with Aligning with the Cycles, so that we can really jump into our evolution and advance ourselves to newer heights. And also want to do a quick shout out to Nebta Harka and the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment for all of the dope things that's going on over there. And so with that, sending my love as always to all of you. And I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into this oracle reading. So let's get right on into it. All right, so the Cosmic Oracle reading of Evolution. I call these readings the C.O.R.E reading. And the reason for this, or the alignment for having this as the title for our readings, or for this reading, is the fact that these are based on the Oracle board that we study and review within the law of time. And so the Oracle board provides us with a template for our Destiny Kin Oracle, as well as the different kins, or I'll say the 260 kins that we evolve through within this cycle. And so the Destiny Kin Oracle provides us with a fifth dimensional template for sustaining our cosmic synergy as multidimensional beings. So what this means is that it shows us what kinergy is in correspondence to our soul, which gives us that focus to, focus within our hearts to know, what we are here to create as divine expressions. It also includes a spiritual guide that shows us what direction to move in with our creative powers. The emotional body shows us the kinergy that corresponds to what fuels us and motivates us to take action. The mental body shows us how to strengthen our mindsets to overcome different challenges that we may encounter. And the physical body just supports us in being physical, light, energetic, conscious beings here on earth. And so by us looking at our personal Destiny Oracle and also tapping in with the Destiny Oracle for each plasma, it helps us to align ourselves within, as well as or I'll say within ourselves, as again these multidimensional beings on earth and throughout the entire universe, because we could also look at the kin of each plasma as well. So that's what we're going to be looking at today, is the Destiny Oracle for the kin of today. And so before we get into that, I do want to encourage you all to, just flow with me on this, see it from this perspective, which I call the mindset of a synchronaut. So in a similar way of how I describe the Destiny Oracle, like the emotional body being the gas, our physical body being the vessel for us to move and create and do things, I look at that as, us being travelers. And it's so funny because as I was, preparing these slides, I giggled because of my spirit guide is the Skywalker. So I giggle because here I am talking about the mindset of a synchronaut, So basically what this is, it states that I'm going to say we are, I want to encourage you as well to read it with the I am statement, but I am going to say that we are living expressions of divine synergy in motion. We are here to remember our divine purpose so that we can consciously create and fulfill our soul's mission in all spaces of time or in time, right? And so by us aligning ourselves to this mindset of seeing our energetic expression as a traveler within our physical body, this will help us to really understand how the Destiny Oracle plays out for us, so that we can do what we came here to do on this plane or in this realm, and other dimensions as well. And so Brother Akil, he does an amazing job breaking down the cycles and where we are within the year, the moon, and all of those great things. And I remember a few years ago when I started putting this together, or I'll say when I started coming onto the sessions, and they will go over the calendar, I was like, I really need to put this together in a different visual aid so I can really see how the energies are flowing. Like once I got hip to these Destiny Oracles, it was a wrap. I was like, ooh, I felt it. And so I put together what I call the Synchronized Navigation Map, which shows the Destiny Oracles for the year that we are in, which is in the center, the wave spell that we're in on the right, and then the kin of the plasma that we're on the further left. And so I put all of this together, and I just want to talk about a few things here, which is mainly this heptad that we're in, or that we're wrapping up, the yellow heptad. And so throughout the cycle, there's what's called the heptad paths. And so we're in the heptad path of dreaming that evolves love. So I even find that to be divine alignment, because we are in the white dog wave spell, and it's not always going to fall on the same heptad. And so basically I wanted to focus on this per se, because throughout this heptad, as we allow ourselves to really get into that dreaming mindset, thinking about our dreams and, all of the things that we want, or I'll say that we envision for ourselves, it also evolves the way that we love. Um, or it's meant to evolve the way that we love ourselves and each other, which also leads into the plasma that we're on and how Celio corresponds to the heart chakra. And so just going back to this heptad, um, this this entire heptad was focused on us, or I'll say encouraging us to define our spaces. Define your body, your home, your workplace, or any space that you enter. Define your spaces and see how present you are as who you are. So, as you're paying attention to that and measuring it, or I'll say assessing, these different spaces, this plasma that we're on now, which is the last the kin of this heptad, it was guiding us for, or preparing us for, where we are today, so that we can perfect how we're showing up in the energy that we really embody. It's helping us to perfect how we self-generate and continue to produce the energy of our true essence. And so that's the main thing that I wanted to say in regards to this. So may that you get some deep, or I wanted to say some dope, but dope and deep insights, just based on what I've shared about this heptad. And also, just as a reminder, continue to meditate on that question today of, or the question for the moon is, what is my challenge? And so with that, let's go ahead and move forward to talk about the Destiny Oracle. And hopefully you're able to see this image, because right now it's being a little weird for me. So let's see. Hopefully it'll show up. If not, we're just gonna keep flowing with it. Just so yeah, we're just gonna keep flowing with it. All right. So here on the right side, it is an image of the kin of the plasma that we're on now. So let me show you that again. It's kin 178, which is here on the left side. And so the blue storm, I just wanted to point out where that is on the oracle board. If you look in the center of the oracle board, you will see we have the red earth, the white mirror, the blue storm, and the yellow sun. So again, this is just showing you the basic template of each of the 20 archetypes. And I mentioned earlier about the spirit guide. So I wanted to say that all of the blue storms, they will have the yellow sun in the physical body, the red moon in the mental, and the white wind as the emotional body. However, what will differ between the different blue storms will be based on the galactic tone that they embody. So that is why you see that the spirit guide position is blank, because that also varies depending on the galactic tone of that particular archetype. And so for today, just to go back a little bit, just in case you can't see it, we're being guided by the blue hand. Okay, so that is in the spirit guide position. And so to review the breakdown of the wave spell and or I'll say the overview of the wave spell and the breakdown of Kin 179. This We're in the white dog wave spell, which is the power of heart that loves loyalty to communicate the breath of spirit, or the power of a heart that loves being loyal to communicating with the breath of spirit. Okay, so that is the mission of this wave spell. And so all of the 13 kin are working together to encourage us and guide us through this process. So with us being on kin 179, the blue planetary storm, just like with the heptads, the blue refers to us tapping into having that patience to transform the way that we conduct ourselves. So as we think about how we're being loyal to the love in our hearts and communicating, that also comes with having patience, right? So let's see how we can incorporate that as we get further into the oracle reading. So I do want to jump down to the archetype, aka the solar seal for the blue storm, which is the world changer. And this is the power of self-generation that catalyzes energy. So when we pair the blue and the storm, we're tapping into having that patience to transform the way that we conduct using our power of self-generation so that we can catalyze that energy. And so that is the creative power that we're tapping into. And the planetary tone, or the planetary galactic tone, is there to perfect the manifestation and produce. So, when we take this all into one perspective, that us tapping into our power to self-generate, or the power to generate energy within our own being. And so we're going through this process of perfecting how we're producing it so that we can create new things in our lives. So again, that goes back to the transformation. And so here I did a remix to the affirmation for the blue planetary storm. So for time's sake, I'm going to read it once because we already read it multiple times here. So join me in reading this if you are able and willing. And so it says that I perfect my heart in order to catalyze my spirit by producing energy. I seal my self-regulated matrix. Let me go ahead and finish reading. I seal my self-regulated matrix of self-generation with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by my power of accomplishment. So this is saying that we're perfecting that love and loyalty that we have in our hearts in order to catalyze the true essence of our spirit. And so this, and it works both ways. So by us perfecting that, we're also producing the energy within ourselves, therefore sealing that self-regulated matrix. So it's like self-regulating our physical expression and beingness of this energy that we generated within ourselves with that planetary tone of manifestation. So it's also saying that this energy, that this love and loyalty in our hearts, we're locking that in as our physical manifestation, or that physical expression. I'll just leave it at that, as the physical expression. And we're being guided by our accomplishments. We're being guided by the knowledge that we received, the knowledge that the healing that we've been doing and been evolving from. And so through these things, this locks it in for us to really tap into this Kenergy. And so I like to also pose two reflective questions before we get into the oracle reading itself. And so the first question is, what transformations am I, you, and we perfecting through the power of love? The second question, am I producing energy that is heart aligned and loyal to spirit? And so as you sit on those questions as well, keep that in mind as we get into the oracle reading. I'll say for me, what stands out is transformations and heart aligned energy. and of course being loyal to divine source or spirit, my higher self, however you correspond that to, uh, when it comes to the divinity of who you are. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into the oracle reading. And again, forgive me if you do not see the image of Kin 179. Yeah, we're just gonna keep flowing here. All right, so as I've mentioned, the focus is for us to think about what we are here to perfect. So what are you perfecting to produce? What energy are you producing? And so, again, we're being guided by the blue planetary hand, which is also a part of the core of the Zokin. So just think about that. That's that mirroring aspect of the past and the present. So knowing what you accomplished in the past and knowing that you have the power to produce similar healing, or the similar state of wholeness for the future accomplishments. That is what we're being guided by, to remember. And down below in the emotional body, that is the fuel. So let me backtrack again. So we're being spiritually guided. So that's like the GPS. We want to move in that direction with the focus. And the emotional body is the gas in our car now that's motivating us to take action. And so we have the white electric wind in the emotional body that's encouraging us to communicate with spirit, again, communicating to with our higher self. So just being in connection with our true essence of spirit and bonding our breath. So really taking the time out to breathe, just sit there and breathe. Okay, like, all right, what energy am I feeling right now? Is this in alignment to what I want to create in my experience? And as you breathe, you're allowing yourself to receive the insights from your heart and your spirit to show you how to transform and make different changes in your life. Okay, so the electric tone is talking about activating that service. So when you're, going through that breathing process, it's motivating you to be like, okay, you know what? Let me pause for a second, take a breather, and let me get back into the motion. Let me get back to what I know I'm here to do, right? And so on the left side, that is the position of the mental body, for which we have the red planetary moon. And so now that we have that motivation, that fuel inside us, now we're strengthening our mind to purify the way that we're flowing it as a part of the collective energy. Not only do we embody energy, we're also creating it and we're surrounded by it. So when we purify the way that we're flowing in our energy, that helps us to, again, produce our own flow and stream of what we're here to create. And that also helps us to get into that perfecting aspect of it. Again, I love the saying perfecting because it's not about being 100% perfect at something. We're constantly evolving and growing and shifting. So it's a perfecting process that we're going through. And so there are times where we're going to have to release and let go of things. And that's what the red planetary moon is encouraging us to do. It's like, okay, you said you want to transform in this way. You want to accomplish these things. You got to let go of the stuff that's causing stagnation or blocking you, or presenting that illusion of the blockage that you can't get over a challenge, or you know what I'm trying to say, yeah, that's, those illusions that's trying to tell you like, oh no, you stuck. Like, no, you're not. You have a divine creative essence within you to transform and change things. We just got to let go and purify our physical body, just really purify ourselves on all different levels, or in different ways, so that we can really transform things, right? And so last but not least, on the far right side, this is the position of the physical body. So, and we have the physical body here to support us in navigating and creating in our experience, and actually putting forth the actions towards our transformations. And so the yellow planetary sun sits here, which is supporting our transformations by showing us how to enlighten our lives. It's like, okay, if you don't like people stepping on a particular pair of shoes, you know, it's causing that spark within you to say, okay, you know what? I love these shoes. Let me not wear these shoes when I go to this place or go where I know there's going to be a lot of people and I could possibly get stepped on. Same thing with, say it's a financial challenge that you're going through. It's like, okay, if you are seeking abundance, or prosperity, let me produce this fire within me to take upon those actions to transform this. And again, it goes for anything, family, health, anything, just allow yourself to sit in the sun as well. That can cause a spark for you to come out of that, or I'll just say to reach new heights and really move and take action to produce the life that you see yourself transforming or evolving into. And so one thing I did want to mention early on is that as you reflect on these, think about which aspect of you feels the strongest, because there are different ways that you can really tap in. If you're really clear about what your focus is, but or however you may feel like you need, or you're seeking more clarity in a different aspect, you could look at one of the four bodies, like the emotions, the mental, the guide, and the physical. So whatever stands out for you, definitely hone into that, and allow your spirit to communicate with you. And so, in a nutshell, when we put all of this energy together, what the harvest is going to look like, or when you start to see those synchronicities. It's funny that I said that because, again, this is a synchronicity. But what will show you this? What will show you? How do I want to say this? Um, a way to assess how you are transforming. You will see that through the way that you're commanding the synchronicities to show up. So say that, you're experiencing some emotions that you want to transform. When you're commanding yourself to transform those things, when you're commanding what the end goal is, through changing your mind, through changing the way that you're acting, all of those things, that is you commanding the synchronicity. And again, going back to what I was saying about defining and assessing your spaces, by you commanding the synchronicity through, I might be saying it again just a different way, but you can command the synchronicities through shifting the way that you feel, changing your mindset, and also how you're perceiving things, and being mindful that your outer experiences are reflecting back to you within certain changes that your spirit is guiding you to make or transform. And so by you doing all of this, commanding those synchronicities, you attract the purpose and unify how you envision your spaces being, with embodying that life force of that energy that you, I'm gonna leave it at that. By you embodying the life force energy within you to go about these transformations. And so with that, that concludes the oracle reading for this plasma Kin 179, the blue planetary storm, and a one-line affirmation, a reminder. Join me in reading this 3 times. Say it with your feelings. Get all in your feelings about it. I love when HP said, yes, she like, get in your feelings. So yeah, let's go ahead and read this along with me. It states that I am producing energy of love and loyalty to express the divine essence of my spirit, or the divine essence of spirit. I am producing energy of love and loyalty to express the express the divine essence of spirit. Last time. We are producing energy of love and loyalty to express the divine essence of our spirit. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe Yo. And so again, it's always my joy to share these cosmic oracle readings, because I'm an oracle, and I love doing it. It definitely sparks that light within me. So with that, I send you my love. May that you enjoy your creation in every single moment of now. And definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. Feel free to visit moongoddesshealingarts.com to check me out, as well as my YouTube and all of those great things. And so with that, I will holler at you on a future session. And again, much love and gratitude. Ashe, peace.